This meeting is being recorded.
All right, in this next section, again, if I wrote the answers, you'd have the answers, and that does not help you learn. So let's take a look at arc CD. So arc CD is this arc right here, which means that I need to figure out what that angle is. And since it's part of that right angle, I could do 90 minus the other angle. So this angle is the same as 53, so minus 53 is equal to 37 degrees. Measure of arc AB, similar idea. Let's take a look at that one. So measure of arc AB, since I have a full angle right here that is half of a circle, I know this one is 53, this one is 79. I can take both of those off of 180. Minus 79 minus 53. So what is that? Oh, 180 minus 79 minus 53 is going to give me 48. Measure of arc ED. ED. So since I figured out that this angle was going to be 37, and that's a semicircle, I could take 180 minus 37, which is 143. Measure of arc EB. So EB is adding AB, which was 48, plus 79. So that would be 127. Measure of arc, ooh, major arc. All right, let me see. I might need to do some creative writing here. BDE. BDE. So we've got this angle, which was 143. Well, that's a semicircle, so I could do 180 plus 53. So that would be 233. Right, so that's taking 180 plus 53, 233. Measure of arc DC. All right, running out of colors. DEC. Where did D go? D, there it is. DEC. So that's almost a full circle, but except with the 37. So that would be 323. Solving for the measure of x. So let's see, they give us a lot of information, but I see a very friendly semicircle here with the 45. So if I subtract 180 minus 45, I can set these two equal to each other. So 6x plus 33 is equal to 135 when I subtract 180 minus 45. So then I can subtract the 33. So that's 102. And then divide by 6 and hopefully get 17. So that's going to be 1 and then 42. Yep. So that does get me down to 17. Find the measure of arc EF. So to find EF, I need to find the value of x. And since these two are vertical angles, I can set 15x minus 7 equal to 13x plus 3. So subtracting 13x, I get 2x minus 7 is equal to 3. Adding 7. I get x is equal to 10. 2x is equal to 10. And then dividing by 2, x is 5. Woof. 5. All right. So now that I have 5 for x, if I do 13 times 5 plus 3, that's going to be 65. So 68. So this angle is 68, which would make this angle 180 minus 68, or 112. Arc length, we loved this one. So remember, arc length is simply taking the fraction of the circle, so the angle over 360, and then multiplying it by the circumference. So to find the arc of VW, the measure of the arc, since these two are vertical angles, this is also 26. And since this is a right angle, that means this is a right angle. So 90 minus 26 is going to give me 64. So the angle measure is 64 out of 360 times the circumference. So 2 pi, whatever my radius is. So it looks like since the radius is 15, I just do 2 pi 15. All right, now to simplify this, I could multiply these two together to get 30 pi. And then I've got my 64 over 360. So 30 goes into 360 6 times, but then I can simplify that. Oh, sorry. Yeah, 6 times. So Miss Hellier made a mistake. That one's not right. Oh, which means that one's not right. Oh boy. So let's try that again. 64 over 6. So that'd be. How did I do that? 12. Nope, I was right. 12 times. No, it's still not right. I'm going to pause and figure out what's going on.
This meeting is being recorded.
Yeah, so it was 12, but then that divided by 4 would get me to 16 and 3. So it should be a 3, not 5. 3, not 5 on the bottom here, which might change up my final answer there. So let me do a quick calculation. 16 times 3.14 divided by 3 is 16.75. I'm just going to triple check. 64 times 2 times 3.14 times 15 divided by 360 is now giving me a totally different answer. So I'm just going to pause this video altogether.
This meeting is being
All
recorded.
right. Nope, this is correct. Yeah, when you multiply this whole thing out, you do get 16.75. I hit 36 instead of 360. All right, let's try the second one. UXV. V all the way through there. So it's everything except for 26. So if I do that arc measure, that's going to be 360 minus 26. So that's going to be 334. It's my angle measure. So 334 over 360 times the circumference, which is the same. So I'll just leave that as 30 pi. So that'll cancel again to leave me with 12, which will simplify again by 2, which is 167 and 6. So that did simplify down to that. And then when you use 3.14, you do get to there.